Okay, welcome to another video on control systems. Let us continue with the Routh stability criterion. So this is in continuation with that Routh's new 1A video. So I'm just okay. So these are the prerequisites. Just have a look at this particular problem. So this was a problem we discussed in Routh's new 1A video. So this was the last problem what we discussed. So we actually end up with some k negative value for which system is becoming ending with the auxiliary equation. So I think there was some issue in simplifying this problem. So I'm just redoing the same problem so that you'll be get convinced with what are the steps we will see now. This is a characteristic equation. So I'm writing the same characteristic equation again here. So this is the same problem. With the GFS is equal to K into S plus 1 divided by S into whatever we had, S plus 2 into S plus 6 into S plus 8. We end up with this as a characteristic equation. This is the Routh's array we're going to get. So if you can carefully write the Routh's array, so this is what the first two rows, this is your third row, the fourth row comes out as this. So there is a possibility of this becoming 0. That's what we are equating. So upon solving this, we get the two values of k, which is 888.95 and other one is minus 120. So you are looking for a k which is positive value. If k is greater than 888.95, then this will become we're going to have two sign changes. So what will happen now? So is it greater than or less than? Let us just have a look at this. So it is, we have this in this particular equation, we have it as k square minus 768k minus 10,000. Okay, 1 lakh 7,520. Let me give k is equal to maybe 900. If I give k as 900, it is 900, sorry, 900 square, 900 square minus 768 into 900 minus 1007.07520. It's coming out to be positive. So any value of k greater than 888.95, the system is stable. But any value of k less than 888.95, then you're going to have once, okay, this will become negative, two sign changes. So for system to be stable, k value should be greater than 888.5. So k is equal to 888.95, system is oscillatory, and if the value of k is greater than 888.95, then it is stable, no sign change. Then if k is less than 888.95, then system is unstable with two sign changes. Let us try to recap all those problems what we solved in uh, new video 1 and 1A. These are the various GFS that we considered by considering HFS as 1 and feedback as negative. We started with this with three poles on the left hand side. If the value of k is 1120, system was becoming oscillatory. So if the value of k is greater than this, then system was stable for all values of k between 0 and 1120. Now here, for any value of k between 0 and infinity, the system was stable. So it is conditionally stable. Now it has become absolutely stable by adding a 0 at minus 1. Now we actually added a 0 onto the right hand side, then the system was stable for values between 0 and 96. So if the value of k was greater than 96, then the system was becoming unstable. The system was becoming unstable. So this is a different, you added a 0 onto the right hand side. Now coming to this, it is to this problem you added one more pole. If you can see here, this was stable up to 1120. That margin has come down from 1120 to 420. The moment you add one more pole at the origin, the value of k at which it will become marginally stable has reduced from 1120 to 420. When you add a 0 here, that margin of 420 has slightly increased. Now this is slightly increased here. So we are trying to play around the poles and zeros. If here it is conditionally stable, this has become absolutely stable. Now this is also conditionally stable, but this okay. Now it is slightly range is very much reduced. So here it is from 1120 to 96. Now we added a pole at the origin. The range is reduced from 1120 to 420. Then we add a 0 at -1. The range from 420 has increased to 888.95. So this is all about how does the value of k changes depending on the addition of poles and zeros on a given system.